What is he in for this Saturday night?
A rude awakening for sure. He just doing what he have to do, trying to psych himself out for the fight and things like that. But
what makes you different than other opponents?
The IQ, the skill level, just being the overall cerebral assassin in the ring. He ain't never been in there with someone like me up to date. You know what I'm saying?
Who's in the last 2 fights?
Gervonta "Tank" Davis is ready to flip the script in 2025 after just 1 fight in 2024. Davis has announced plans to fight 3 times this year, and his first opponent will serve as a scapegoat, sending a clear message about who Tank Davis truly is.
I'm gonna beat his.
Can't do wait.
For real. Y'all better be quiet.
I don't give a fuck if y'all was quiet. If y'all was loud.
He got the old hood over there.
Like, twist it up. I don't give a fuck.
Y'all
none
can
of
do
that.
whatever
I don't care
y'all
about
want.
none of
My
that.
mother, he
I don't
can't
care
stop
about no
nothing.
Davis, the World Boxing Organization lightweight champion, hasn't fought 3 times in a year since 2019 and has only had 3 fights since 2023. In those bouts, he scored stoppage victories over Hector Luis Garcia, Ryan Garcia, and most recently, a 7th-round knockout of Frank Martin on June 15th. Looking to stay more active this year, Davis said at a media workout, "Hopefully I'll have 3 fights this year. The first obstacle in his goal of fighting 3 times this year is facing World Boxing Association junior lightweight champion, Lamont Roach."
Like when you do.
It actually feel like a home run, like when someone hit the bat and then.
Roach is coming off an 8th-round stoppage victory over the previously undefeated Fargal McRow on June 28th and a split decision win over Hector Luis Garcia on November 21st, 2023. Roach's only career loss came by unanimous decision to Jamal Herring on November 9th, 2019. Roach hasn't fought above 130 pounds since 2017. Tank Davis has emerged as one of the biggest stars in boxing, but his lack of activity has been one of the biggest criticisms of his career. If he can stay more active and secure fights against fellow lightweight champions like Shakur Stevenson, George Kambosos Jr., or Vasyl Lomachenko, Davis could solidify his place among the best pound-for-pound boxers.
No, none of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna fuck him up.
Not at all. Never. Nothing's gonna get fucked up over here. What do I look like getting fucked up?
At 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday, roughly 45 minutes after his scheduled media workout, Gervonta "Tank" Davis finally arrived at Gleason's gym in Brooklyn, New York, dressed in pink sweatpants and a hoodie pulled over a Yankee cap. Tank stretched and rubbed the sleep from his eyes as he waited to speak with Premier Boxing Champions host Miguel Flores. After a few minutes, Davis stepped out of the ring and disappeared into the streets of the Dumbo district, without throwing a single punch or addressing reporters. Having already held a media workout the previous week in Washington, D.C., where he also trained for the fight, and with weigh-ins just 48 hours away, it's understandable why someone in such a high-stakes fight might skip a public workout.
For me.
Now, going into this fight against Lamont Roach, this is your first fight for 2025. What are you hoping to accomplish this year in 2025? And it all begins this Saturday against
World Boxing Association lightweight title holder Tank Davis promises there will be plenty to see this Saturday when he faces Lamont Roach Jr. at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. "You'll see fireworks," Davis said. "I'm sharp, fast, and explosive. Lamont is sharp too. It's gonna be a banger, and the fans will be the real winners this Saturday night." Davis, 30, from Baltimore, will be fighting at Barclays Center for the 4th time, but it will be his first appearance there in nearly 3 years. He calls it a welcome return to the venue where he won his first world title, stopping Jose Pedraza in the 7th round to claim the IBF junior lightweight title in 2017. Davis also expressed his desire to be more active in 2025 than he was in 2024 when he fought just once, knocking out Frank Martin in 8 rounds last June.
Hopefully I got 3 fights this year. Hopefully. But I'm looking forward to Lamont Roach.
Davis envisions fighting 3 times in 2025, a feat he hasn't accomplished in a calendar year since 2019. His opponent, Lamont Roach Jr. 25 from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, is the current World Boxing Association junior lightweight title holder. Like Davis, Roach hasn't fought since last June, but is riding a 6-fight winning streak since his only professional loss to Jamal Herring, a southpaw like Davis, in 2019. In contrast to Davis, Roach had the longest public workout of all the fighters at Wednesday's event, completing 2 rounds on the pads while his father and trainer Lamont Roach Sr. looked on. Davis is confident that Roach is in for a rude awakening. He's trying to hype himself up, but it all comes down to skill, Davis said.
Not necessarily, but it is a little get back that I gotta get, for sure. For sure.
Whoever has the better skills that night will be the one who comes out victorious, said the WBA lightweight champion. Davis has already secured notable wins over high-caliber opponents like Leo Santa Cruz, Yuriorkis Gamboa, and Ryan Garcia. His upcoming title defense against Lamont Roach Jr. in New York, scheduled for March 1st, is expected to extend his undefeated streak to 30 wins, with 28 of those victories coming by knockout. At 30 years old, the Baltimore native remains one of the most popular fighters in the sport of boxing, and it's good to be Tank Davis right now.
Yeah, that's a goal of mine. But regardless, I mean, after I win, I'm gonna defend that both.
While he's not at the level of Mayweather or Pacquiao in terms of fame, Davis is popular enough to headline a pay-per-view event against an opponent who few expect to win. Lamont Roach has only lost one of his 26 bouts with 1 draw, but few, if any, are giving the Maryland native a chance against Davis this Saturday night at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Although this may not be the kind of fight fans are clamoring for, Davis has expressed a desire to fight 3 times in 2025. The reality is, the power-punching Davis is exciting to watch. He's fast, skilled, perhaps more than people give him credit for, and extremely powerful. Why is Davis as popular as he is? Because he's both entertaining and talented, and that's all that matters in today's fight game.
Can't make 30 no more. Whooping this ass. That's the key. Staying in control, though. Staying in control. That's the key.
In a sense, Davis is a throwback to the Mayweather-Pacquiao era, when a popular fighter could generate significant revenue regardless of who they faced. The same can be said for Canelo Alvarez. While Davis may not yet draw the massive 6-figure pay-per-view numbers that Floyd and Manny did in their primes, he still attracts enough attention to fight exclusively on pay-per-view these days. He also has the ability to fill arenas, thanks in large part to the explosive finishes he's known for. Davis's biggest fight to date was his victory over Ryan Garcia 2 years ago in Las Vegas. Both fighters were popular enough that the matchup was considered a true super fight. However, Garcia was never able to dominate Davis. The Baltimore native knocked him down in the 2nd round and then sealed the win by putting him down for good in the 7th.
Stay in the ring more this year, for sure. I probably got, I want to say...
Now, fans are eagerly anticipating another high-profile, high-level fight for Davis. Shakur Stevenson, in particular, is a name being tossed around as a potential opponent before Davis signs on for another mega bout. However, Davis must first get past the determined Lamont Roach. While most expect Tank to come out on top this Saturday, boxing is a sport where anything can happen. Since his professional debut in 2013, Tank Davis has seen a meteoric rise, becoming a major draw in the sport with his ability to fill arenas and attract massive audiences. However, the lightweight division has taken an unexpected turn. In a surprising move, newly crowned World Boxing Organization lightweight champion Keyshawn Davis has publicly stated that he is no longer pursuing a fight with the undefeated Gervonta Tank Davis.
Hopefully I got 3 fights this year, hopefully. But I'm looking forward to Lamont Roach.
Keyshawn Davis, who recently claimed the World Boxing Organization title by knocking out Dennis Barrick in the 4th round, made it clear that Gervonta Tank Davis is no longer his primary target. In an interview on the Ariel Helwani show, Keane didn't hold back, stating, "I'm not chasing Tank, let's put that out there, damn Tank for real." Tank knows I want to fight him. His coach knows I want to fight him. The boxing world knows I want to fight him. The question is, does Tank have the guts to fight me? These bold statements have ignited widespread discussion in the boxing community.
Gonna come dry, still trying to buy tickets. You know, you broke the record the last time, the highest grossing gate for a boxing event at Barclays Center.
Many are left wondering whether Keyshawn Davis is trying to provoke Gervonta Tank Davis or if he has genuinely moved on from the potential matchup. With Keyshawn seemingly out of the picture, the big question on everyone's mind is who will step up to challenge Tank next. Known for his devastating knockout power and tactical brilliance, Tank remains one of the most feared fighters in the sport. The uncertainty surrounding his next opponent adds an intriguing twist to the lightweight division, leaving fans eagerly awaiting the next announcement.
Fans expect between you and Roach Saturday.
Just fireworks, man. Just two kids that's coming together to put on a great performance.
At just 25 years old, Keyshawn Davis has a promising future ahead. His decision to step away from a potential fight with Gervonta Tank Davis could be a strategic move to focus on other opportunities and carve out his own legacy. The lightweight division is filled with talent, and Keyshawn has the chance to face other top-tier champions and contenders. His next steps will be crucial in shaping his career and securing his place in boxing history.
What have he done in the sport? He hasn't done nothing.
You don't think he's better than any of the guys you
He's looking
face?
more better than him. Than Keyshawn.
Speaking to Cigar Talk, Keyshawn Davis said that Tank and his team are clearly worried about the challenge. Man, that's up to Tank. If Tank wants to see it for himself, send a contract and I'll sign it. Keyshawn stated, outside of the potential money, I'll fight him with the same energy he's coming with. He can't do all the shenanigans and stuff he's done with other people. He can't pull that with me. Yes, I'm ready for that. He can't mess with me, bro. Him and his coach know that. The bald-headed dude told me not to call Tank out for the rest of the year. Those guys are worried. They want me to move to 140, get out of 135 so I can be too big and they don't have to fight me anymore. Nah, I'm staying at 135 and I'll be here until you fight me.
I'm looking way more better than this nigga.
So you would rather
keep screaming this nigga name, he haven't done nothing.
While Keyshawn Davis is set for his first world title fight on Friday against Dennis Bernanke, that hasn't stopped him from keeping his eyes on one of boxing's biggest stars. The rising fighter appeared on Fight Hub TV and discussed a potential bout with Gervonta Tank Davis. Although many fans would love to see the fight, Keyshawn doesn't expect to receive an offer from Tank. I would love to fight Tank, Keyshawn said, but I don't think he has the balls to fight me. I really feel that way. I don't think he has the guts to sign the contract and fight me.
What? Afraid of what? Us fighting, if we're afraid of somebody, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense.
Keyshawn, an Olympic silver medalist in 2021, has quickly climbed the ranks and is set to fight for a world title in just his 13th professional bout. With a win, Keyshawn would join the ranks of major lightweight title holders like Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, and Tank Davis. Any matchup between these four fighters would be one of the most exciting in boxing, but Keyshawn vs. Tank could make a strong case as the biggest of them all. However, despite the potential for such a high-profile fight, Keyshawn has made it clear that he isn't going to chase a bout with Tank.
Everything is defense. Defense only winning basketball and
Instead, Keyshawn plans to carve out his own path and see where it leads him. He compared the situation to that of Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez, where two top fighters are waiting for the other to show interest in a potential matchup. I'm just waiting for you to send me a contract, bro, Keyshawn said. I feel like making a fight between me and him is easier because everyone knows who the A-side is. Everyone knows what's going on when it comes down to me and him. As far as making a fight, I think it's actually a really easy fight to make, and promoting it is definitely easy. Meanwhile, rapper Lil Yachty was direct in asking Tank Davis whether his upcoming fight with Lamont Roach would be the last of his career. Tank's response reassured fans, saying, "I have more plans, definitely some more heads on the wall." This should give his fans peace of mind, as Tank has often hinted at retiring only to keep moving forward with his career.
No, you did it. Bro, he pushed me.
He pushed me. Look, they try to hold me back. I done got passed out.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis has made it clear that he is very happy with his career, but there's one thing that still bothers him. In the back of my mind, I was like, damn, he was a fighter I was supposed to fight or was asked to fight, said Tank. He's referring to Vasyl Lomachenko. Last year, they were very close to finalizing negotiations for the fight, but everything fell apart when the Ukrainian decided to take a break from his career.
Security guards. No, it was like 5. I got past like 5 security guards. They guys see me. I had to go around back. I went round back like, all right, you try to leave.
However, Davis doesn't support those who criticize Lomachenko for not accepting the proposal and is certain that fear wasn't the issue. I felt like he didn't like people saying he was scared or something like that. I don't think that's the case, the Baltimore boxer said. In this situation, Tank is siding with the Ukrainian, understanding that Lomachenko is now thinking more about his family. He's older now, has kids, and it's more about them. I feel like, all that energy, it's still about making money, but now 80% of it is about the kids.
This the thing, though. He pushed me and started running. The fuck? Low cap.
On the other hand, a retirement for Lomachenko could be very close, as he has hinted that December 2024 might be the date he steps away from professional boxing. For now, he remains silent on the matter, leaving the boxing world in suspense. During the first official press conference for Davis vs. Roach, Tank Davis lifted the veil on what fans might expect from him in the future. When asked about his plans for 2025, he immediately suggested that he might retire, saying, "After next year, I'm out of it, out of the sport."
What changed? What made this shit trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
This declaration didn't sit well with fans, who have grown accustomed to seeing him step into the ring occasionally. They didn't hesitate to voice their disappointment and frustration, flooding the comment section with their reactions. One fan even questioned Davis's comments, pointing out that he had recently signed a new fight deal, asking, "I thought he had a 7-fight deal?" This lack of a burning desire to put the fans and the sport first has always held him back with certain sections of the fan base, and it seems to have only strengthened that sentiment now.
Martin press conference, it looked like you were talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just...
Some fans found logic in Davis's decision, stating that health is wealth. They pointed out that his aggressive, high-paced fighting style might not allow for a long career, as boxers often face severe health issues like chronic headaches, CTE, and other problems once they retire due to the toll the sport takes on their bodies. Given Tank's intense style, he could be at risk of serious repercussions in the future. Apart from his win over Ryan Garcia, Davis hasn't faced the top-tier fighters in the lightweight division, and the pressure is mounting for him to challenge other champions like Shakur Stevenson. If he doesn't take those fights, he could slowly lose favor with fans.
Calvin Ford and Leonard Edelby, usually they're around to...
You think you might be gaining love for it though? You never know? Like say you got a swap today? Okay.
A mere 90 minutes after the scheduled start time for the press conference, Tank Davis and Lamont Roach finally addressed the media to promote their 12-round contest for the WBA lightweight title. "I want to thank you all for staying out a little late," Roach began, perhaps hinting that he had been on time himself. "This is a hell of an opportunity, and we're going to take advantage of it. You're going to be surprised by the result of the fight," he added, gesturing toward Davis, who appeared distracted at times while chewing gum intently.
No, I'm talking about after this year. So some fights can still happen. But after this year, I'm out of it.
Can we see you with Shakur before you go?
For what? Who have Shakur? What have...
"I know he's going to be surprised," Roach said. "For all the naysayers, I think he took the fight because he knows I'm a dog, and you're going to see what happens when 2 dogs fight. Obviously, I'm going to be the one coming out victorious. We're going to put on a hell of a show for y'all." Roach, the reigning World Boxing Association junior lightweight champion, is a sizable underdog going into the fight. Davis, widely regarded as the future of boxing, has often been labeled as the sport's next big thing. However, with Tank recently turning 30, some critics have begun to suggest that time may be running out for him to reach the level many once expected.
What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him. The Keyshawn looking way more better than this nigga.
So
I keep screaming this nigga name, he haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So just say to those who say that you might be
Tank began by thanking PBC, Amazon, God, and Al Heyman. "I'm excited to be a part of this," he said. "Right now, I'm not really focused on getting into all the details, but come March 1st, it's definitely going to be a great show. We just have to wait and see. We've got 3 months to get ready." When asked why he chose to fight a boxer he had already beaten twice in the past, Davis responded, "He's got skills. Come March 1st, everyone will see." And that's all for now. For the latest updates on news, moments, events, and action in the world of boxing, stay connected by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you're alerted when we drop new content like this. Until next time, peace out.